Make some noise for Christopher Waldeck.
I know what you're thinking. I'm that last comic after he smoked a shit ton of weed. But yes, my name is Chris Waldeck. I'm 29 years old, but I choose to identify as a dad at a barbecue. Easy transition for me. Simply went from propane all the way to charcoal. You may kind of notice I kind of talk a little funny, kind of have some verbal tics and stuff when I move around. People all the time after my sets used to ask me if I was on the spectrum. I used to just tell them, no, I was just born in Florida, that's all. Because you see, when I grew up in Florida, before I moved to Vegas, I was like, the talk of the town, the good old boy. And as soon as I left Florida, well, everywhere else, this is just called autism. And don't get me wrong, I have no issue with being autistic. I'm just worried I'm going to make the autistic kids look bad. Oh yeah, because you guys they got a reputation. They're good at stuff. And I just look like I should be good at stuff. But I'm definitely on the lower end of the spectrum. For example, it took me 28 years to figure out I was autistic. Y'all figured it out as soon as I walked on stage. But yeah, I look like I should be good at stuff. People all the time asking me to fix their technology. I just gotta be real with them. I'm like, guys, if you ask me to fix your computer, I'm just gonna turn you to more porn on it than before. I can't help you out with your math homework, but I can make you feel less awkward about your handshake. I actually, speaking of porn, I actually did have a horrible porn addiction growing up. I like how you're not surprised at all by this. Hard times indeed. I know porn addiction's really awkward when you're young because whenever I go to my best friend's house, whenever I saw his hot stepsister, I just always assumed he had dibs. And it's even more awkward when you're an adult because now you have data you gotta worry about. I watched Pinocchio on Disney Plus one time. Next thing I know, all my search results, 6 straight pages worth of marionette puppet pornography. And I'm just looking at my selection, I'm like, how in the world as a millennial am I supposed to enjoy this? All my relationships are no strings attached. Yeah, I appreciate that reaction because that's the cleanest porn joke you'll hear all evening. Awesome, I like it. You guys are cool. You guys are comic this now. Or Make-A-Wish can make some more noise. But yeah, I did really live in Florida before I moved over to Vegas, and I've always discovered that there's a lot of similarities between living in Florida and living in Vegas. For example, drinking and driving in Florida and drinking and driving in Vegas are both just called driving. And when your food gets stolen in Florida and when your food gets stolen in Vegas, in both places it's just called DoorDash. The biggest difference, hands down though, the biggest difference I observed are easily the strip clubs. Because when you go to a strip club in Vegas, you're usually seeing adult film stars who are headlining on stage. But if you go to a strip club in Florida, you usually just go and support my mom. I'm just playing. I wouldn't go to a strip club and support my mama. She's not hot enough. I know, you're just listen to this, you're this is the most awkward State Farm presentation I've ever been to. And some of you are watching, you're damn, I thought the Subway guy was in jail. Wait, I can promise you I'm not the Subway guy, but again, I'm a little creepy looking, but let me tell you, being this creepy looking has its advantages. It makes me the perfect Uber driver. Because when you see a guy like me giving you a ride, you know you're going to your final destination. Yeah, I appreciate you guys laughing. Seriously, make some noise for yourselves for coming out tonight. You guys probably noticed I have this twitch and stuff when I'm on stage. I appreciate you putting up with it. It's actually one of the pros and cons of being on the spectrum. On one hand, it's always good because if ever one of my jokes doesn't land, I always got one hand clapping for me. On the other hand, it makes it hard for me to talk to women because, well, I actually have a closer relationship with the stock market than I do with most women. Because at least the stock market will go down on me. All right, Plano, you've been awesome. My name's Chris Waldeck. You have a great night.
Keep it going again for Christopher Waldeck.